Hello. Hi, guys. Let me know if you guys can hear me or see me because, this computer tends to embarrass me in front of company. Hi, Kenny. Hi, Lara. How are you? Okay, you can see me and you can hear me. Great. We're going to get started. A lot of you were just watching on Donna, so you kind of know what we're going to talk about. Everybody knows what's been going on in the last 24 hours. And I owe you guys a recorded video where you don't need to sit through the chaos of live. It's coming. Stick with me. But today we're just going to tackle, what's happened in the last 24 hours between the subpoena being dropped, Taylor Swift's subpoena being dropped, Blake Lively's, I want to call it, how do I say this? Victory lap, because they kept treating it as though the subpoenas being dropped was a win, which I don't think it was. But again, if you're watching this, if you're not used to the lives and you're only used to the pre-recorded stuff, skip to like minute 4, minute 5. We're 2 minutes in, and we're probably gonna just be chit-chatting for the next 2 minutes before we really get into the nitty-gritty. Let me make sure this camera is right. Am I too up close? How is this? How is this, you guys? Okay. Hi, everybody. Where's everybody coming in from? L search for UK Prime Minister Leslie Nyabuter. Kinney was in the trenches. You guys, Kinney, thank you, Christina. Kinney was fighting in the comments everywhere yesterday because people kept saying, Blake's team won and not understanding what the subpoena being dropped meant. So hi from Michigan. Hi from Boston. So you guys, I have an update on everybody that asked me to watch The Residents. I have an update. Do you want to hear it now or later? Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Hi, Kimberly. Happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody. I'm happy to see all of you. I'm trying to be as consistent as possible. Maybe I'm gonna make it a thing where I follow up Donna, give you guys a break after Donna, and then I come after her. Because I don't in the mornings I have to get my son ready and everything. And a lot of you were missing the mornings because you said it didn't work for you. And Mishi, thanks for being a new subscriber. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. From Scotland, Rosie. Hi. Okay, so you guys won the. I am in the process of designing a FAFO shirt. I'm in the process of designing a whole bunch of FAFO merch. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys the update on everything that's going on. Nothing breaking news has happened. A lot of you already have gotten your news from Zach and Donna and everything. So a lot of you know what's going on as a whole already. Yes. Yeah, Christina, like you said, yeah, I think I'm gonna start give you guys like a pause after Donna and then come after her. Maybe we go from like 4 till 5 or 4:15 till 5:15, 5:30, give or take. Okay. So yesterday we had a slew of things happening. The biggest thing being Taylor Swift's subpoena, and a lot of people reported it very differently, I want to say. So we're gonna take a look at, I think, Deadline. Deadline was one of the first people that I saw reporting. Let me see. Where are you? Give me, not there. Mm. People were misreading the, not misreading, because I think people can read, but they were misunderstanding what the subpoena being dropped meant. So I wanted to make sure everybody understood, just because the subpoena was dropped. And again, it doesn't, I don't think it means Taylor Swift would not be testifying if they need her to. I think, she kind of gave herself some breathing room as far as Brian Friedman being on her case, enough that he probably won't call her up. But let's take a look at this really quickly. So, Deadline reported this. Let me remove Christina's comment so you guys can see. So, Deadline reported that shake that subpoena off Taylor Swift probably. Oh, why did I say probably? Probe dropped by Justin Baldoni in Blake Lively. In Blake Lively's Battle's latest twist. So I want to reiterate, like I said, I made a couple small videos on TikTok and Instagram. The subpoena was dropped mostly and mainly, most likely, because Brian Friedman got exactly what he was looking for, which means he doesn't need to keep, you don't drop a subpoena. Like I said earlier, you don't drop a subpoena if you don't get what you want from the other party. Because again, if you keep yourself in the courts, it doesn't benefit you. So if you already got what you wanted, it just makes sense to let the subpoena go. And then can somebody please tell Lady Tasha something to put in her products? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, the last comment there. So we're gonna read the Deadline article, and then in the end, they try to slide in there that they kind of understand the fact that Brian Freeman probably got what he needed. But if you didn't read it past that, the deadline was not going to give you that. The headline was not going to give you that information. So, breaking news: caught in the blast radius of multiple multi-million dollar lawsuits between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni over accusations of sexual harassment and online smear campaign, Taylor Swift now can shake off the pesky subpoena. In an unexpected move, that it ends with our star and director has withdrawn the paperwork seeking information from Swift about what she knew about what went down between her pal, Lively, and Wayfarer Studios co-founder Baldoni on the domestic violence themed film. Part of the reason the summons was dropped was because details that the Brian Friedman represented Baldoni and crew sought were provided. I hear they made that very murky. If you don't know what's going on, you're gonna be like, what does that even mean? Pretty much, if Brian was asking for email correspondence, text correspondence between Michael Gottlieb, which is Blake and Ryan's lawyer, it looks like Brian Freeman got what he wanted. Again, which if you owe me money and I'm like, if you don't pay me, I'm gonna take you to court, and you pay me, there's no reason to take you to court. Pretty much Brian Freeman wanted something, he got it. There are people who are now reporting that they hear Brian Friedman has all of Taylor Swift's text messages. I don't believe that. Taylor Swift doesn't have a reason to give all of her text messages to Brian Friedman. She has a reason to give what works in this case to Brian Friedman. So I see a lot of people reporting and all that stuff, and I don't believe that. Do you think he also asked for texts Bia wanted to delete? Yes, I think so too. So, where did it go? Okay. So right here, do you think he also asked for the text Bia wanted deleted? I think even if he didn't ask for it, if you're Taylor Swift, you give that up. Like, wash your hands of the situation and let it be done. So I think he would have she would have given those up. What did Kinney say? Somebody said they agree with Kinney. What happened? Uh-oh. Why do they have to say I hear? Oh yeah, exactly. I think they're trying to make it seem like they don't have proof of that. That's just what the streets are saying. Which that's good enough for me, because again, there would be no reason to drop the subpoena. Even if you don't get what you want, it makes sense to just drag it as long as you can in the courts until you get what you want. So it wouldn't have made sense to drop the subpoena if you don't receive what you want. Another thing, so I don't know if you guys got a chance to see this story yesterday, but the Daily Mail reported this. Let me pull it up real quick. Um, where did it go? Yeah, this one. This one was interesting. Now, I'm not paying for the Daily Mail thing, but I can pretty much tell you guys what it says because they want I think they want you to pay for like monthly. I'm not paying for that. I can tell you guys what it says because I read it earlier elsewhere. So Taylor Swift says she wishes she had never met Blake Lively, which is a new humiliation for Lively as a singer outs the glaring red flags she missed during their 10-year relationship, 10-year friendship, friendship, same cheese. But I do you guys believe Taylor said this? That's what I want to ask you guys. I don't care either way. I can see it. I don't know that she said this to somebody, but I could believe it. What do you guys think? Do you think this conversation happened where the source telling them saying Taylor wishes she never met Blake? Pretty much, they want me to pay to read this whole thing, and I'm not. But like, I can tell you overall, they're trying to say Taylor says, there were red flags and she should have, peeped those red flags early on and she never did. So she's glad, the time has finally come for them to cut ties. Yeah, I'm not convinced this really happened. Yeah, maybe her people leaked it, but do you think this is something she's actually said? I could see her feeling this way, but I don't see her saying it, if that makes sense at all. Oh, to her family, you're saying, Kimberly. Kimberly says, I totally believe she said that. Did we lose the camera? Can you guys see me? Oh, yeah, I can still see me. Kimberly says, I totally believe she said that to her family. Facts. That could still be. Let's see. Yes, that makes sense. Daily Mail may have sources, but they're not exactly. That's my only thing. Is the Daily Mail, you have to take whatever you're hearing with some salt. In anger, you think. True Pain is earning her check. Yeah, I think True Pain has earned herself a check for the next 10 years, maybe. Mm-mm. I do also find it interesting. If you guys got a chance to see the video I posted, People Magazine released an article where they say Justin Baldoni, where is it? Right here. Let's see. So this happened 3 days ago, and I was gonna make a video to show you guys, but I got distracted with something I was doing. But People Magazine says that Justin Baldoni is feeling the financial and emotional weight of his legal battle with Blake Lively, exclusive sources. And the issue I have with that is, and I don't mean to say, just because what's his face? Steve Surwitz is handling the financial aspect of it, he could not be feeling stressed because we do know, everybody should know, Steve Surwitz is, lack of better words, footing the bill, right? We know that Steve Surwitz is in charge of paying for the lawyers and everything. So saying that Justin is feeling the financial and emotional weight feels to me like not, you didn't hear that from an exclusive source. It doesn't mean that Justin Baldoni could not be like, oh my God, like he feels bad that Steve Sarwitz has to pay all this money. And, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money that Brian Freeman is probably charging. And he deserves it because so far he's been able to, stay above water. But I don't know that I believe a source, a close family friend went to People Magazine and it's like, where does it say right here? It ends with us legal drama is causing stress. A source tells people, but Baldoni is a very positive guy. Colin and Baldoni, again, right there, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know that a close family friend would refer to him as Baldoni, let alone even tell you guys what's really going on with him. I don't see that. Where is okay, so let's read what the article says in its entirety, which we did. I showed you guys a little when we were on live a couple of days ago. But I don't think, because when you read further, and then today, I think yesterday the story came out with Brett Dyer. Let's just jump into that one, then I can show you guys some comparisons. What Brett said, I could believe Brett Dyer said that, right? But I don't know that I will believe a friend from Justin's side told People Magazine this, especially because here, if it was like a PR move, say his PR people were trying to get him some PR, I could see that. But I don't know that a friend would come out and say something like that unless it's strategic, but I don't know what's for. Um, is it guilt for Wayfarer picking up his tab? So maybe that's what I was trying to say. He could feel guilty, obviously, like even as a person, like if somebody was paying for something for you or something like that, it's normal if you feel guilty, like, oh my God, like I don't want you to pay for me, or it's costly. And this is an absolute ridiculous situation that has, put you in this position where you have to pay all that for me. Is he paying for all of Justin's missing wages? Steve Sarwitz, you mean, Kimberly? So definitely, obviously you could feel guilty. I could see how he would feel guilty for Steve Sarwitz paying all that. I just don't see a close family friend of his telling People Magazine any of this. That's just what I don't see. So they said people talk to Brett, or Brett talked to people, whoever did the talking. And here, let's see. One of Justin Baldoni's former Jane the Virgin co-stars, let's X this out. No, we're not trying to watch an ad. You guys see that ad blocking you, right? I'm trying to block it, but it's not going away. Christina, keep all your jokes about technology to yourself. I got it. There we go. Okay. All right. One of Justin Baldoni's former Jane the Virgin co-stars is sharing his support for the actor amid his ongoing legal battle with Blake Lively. Brett Dyer, who played the rival love interest to Baldoni's character in the CW series, was asked about the actor's situation and whether he finds himself being put on the spot about it in an interview for Fan Mail newsletter. Dyer admitted that he gets asked about Baldoni's legal case a lot and called it a really intense situation. So if you never watched Jane, Michael, Brett Dyer played Michael, who was Gina Rodriguez's boyfriend, fiance, and then husband, while Raphael was Gina Rodriguez's baby daddy, boyfriend, fiance, ex-fiance, ex-boyfriend, then husband after Brett died. So they were very close. The three of them worked very close together. Brett Dyer eventually left the show because they killed this character off, but he came back. So he would know anything about Justin, right? Okay, let's move on. I probably shouldn't say much, but I'll say this. I always loved Justin, Dyer 35 said. He's always been an amazing friend to me. He added that he's just hoping everything resolves in time. In Jane the Virgin, Dyer played, I just said that. Okay, in September, following the release of It Ends With Us, but before Lively 37 filed her initial lawsuit in December, alleging sexual harassment on a set by Baldoni, Gina Rodriguez, 40 described the actor as a sweet, sweet soul. That is my brother forever and ever. Gina Rodriguez told People in September ahead of the 10th anniversary of Jane the Virgin's premiere. She said he was hands down the person I stayed in touch with the most for sure, but the cast thought she mentioned Dyer from the cast, though she mentioned though she mentioned Dyer and Yael Gorblas as other co-stars she's in touch with, but Justin is just my brother. After Lively filed a sexual harassment claim against Baldoni 41 in December, I hate when they keep doing this. Like, we already know this. Stop with the regurgita. Okay, a source told People that Baldoni has been leaning on a tight circle of loyal friends amid the ongoing legal saga, which is causing stress for both for both him and his family and his wife, Emily. He's certainly feeling the financial and emotional weight of this legal fight, the source added. Both cases in Lively and Wayfair Studio are scheduled for March 2026. So I feel like, and I just said this on Donna, but if you guys were not watching me on Donna earlier today, let's see. Okay, so Gina Rodriguez got married after Jane, and Justin. Why is that blinking? And Justin was his officiant, right? So Justin married Gina, to her now husband, who she actually met on set. Gina Rodriguez's husband actually went to work on Jane the Virgin, and that's where they met. And they had multiple. How long did Jane the Virgin run for? Let's check really quickly. I think 8 seasons. I think I remember watching 8 seasons. Not 9. I think 9 is too much. I think it went for. Did it go for just 5? That would be crazy. 5 seasons? 5. Felt like 8. So it ran for 5 seasons, and literally from episode 1, almost from episode 1 right up until the last episode, Gina had a scene with Justin. Almost every day they worked together. He was the director multiple times. So was she, I believe. But they didn't just work together like office scenes. They had like multiple intimate scenes that if there was a time where he would have, stepped out of character or done anything untoward, that is when it would have, started. You don't wait till however many years later you've been an actor for to show these things. People who do this, that is who they are. This is what they do. There would have been at least one person to come out of the woodworks and say they had this type of experience working with Justin in the past. So especially when, I think the scenes Justin had with Gina on Jane the Virgin were much more intimate and much more, how do you even say, where they would have needed an intimacy coordinator more than what happened on It Ends With Us. So I find it very, very sketchy. Sketchy is the best word, that Blake Lively wants everybody to believe she was just the one that made Justin Baldoni come out and be an SHR all of a sudden. Let's see. I want to make sure I don't miss you guys' comments. You guys are having your own conversation here. Let me see. I think I'm missing something. Wait, what happened? Somebody says this was clickbaity of Perez. I don't know what we're talking about. Okay. So I don't know. Like I was talking to you guys, those of you who are on Donna's show. I think, and I've made a video about this before I even came on YouTube or before I even had enough followers for anybody to probably watch that video. But I made a video where I specifically said, I 100% believe Justin Baldoni is telling Gina Rodriguez and Yara Grublas and all of his, ex-female co-stars and everybody to not say anything, because it doesn't change anything per se, because it's gonna be, well, it's not his experiences with them we're looking for. It's his experiences with Blake Lively that we're talking about right now. I 100% believe if we do go to trial, which I still think is going to happen, but once this case does go to trial and they're looking for character witnesses for Justin Baldoni, there's not going to be any short of them. I think he will have enough people to vouch for his character, to vouch for who he is, and it will be enough. It will be enough. Right now, it doesn't do him any favor. It doesn't do him any good, I'm sorry, to have Gina Rodriguez or any women he's worked with in the past to be like, no, he's a good guy. He didn't do any of these things to us, because it's almost going to seem as though a bunch of women undermining Blake Lively, if that makes sense at all. And I could 100% see how him, his PR team, his lawyers, everybody would be against that right now. Like, this is not the time for that. Let's go ahead. Let the internet sleuths, right? Let the internet do the work for you. Let your image and your history and your past speak for you right now. if we do come to a point where we absolutely need witnesses, as in people who've worked for you, to step in, that time will come. So I'm not concerned that, yeah, yeah, I saw the engagement. Conservative Mama says if you saw his engagement video, he has an amazing group of friends. Not just his engagement video, even if you saw his video for when they were announcing they were pregnant with their first child, the love was everywhere. Yeah. And a lot of people find that engagement video corny, and I'm like, corny to you. Corny to you. It worked for the person he was trying to marry. She loved it. That's all that mattered. And I love that, like, he wasn't trying to impress the world. And the fact that he did that with Wayfarer Studios when it was just like a thought and a concept. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna produce my own engagement video and see where that goes. Yeah. Christina says, why is she still trying to get the details about the rights to the movie? Who, Blake? Is that what we're saying? Can you confirm to me that's what you're saying? Oh, what are my thoughts on Ari Manuel and his role? He definitely picked the money side. That's not confusing at all. I'm not conflicted or need any what do you call it? Thinking on the Ari Emanuel front. Ari Emanuel 100% picked where the money resides. He's like, these people make me more money. They probably came to me and was like, we need you to rid him. We need you to get rid of him. And Ari Emanuel picked that. Ari Emanuel picked the people that made him the most money. I don't think there's much to dig in about that. Yeah. I think so, Christina. If you're asking about the rights to the movie, for what we know so far, where is it? Oh yeah. So the mystery singer says Justin Baldoni owned the rights to the film. Correct. Only way to remove it is SA. That's why Snake Lively claimed SA extortion is a criminal act. Lock her up. So again, I want to make sure we're all clear. She is claiming SH, never SA, right? But the morality clause that everybody kept citing, there hasn't been any proof of that. I don't think there is a morality clause. Oh, okay. Stina B right here. Okay. I don't know that there is a morality clause. At least I haven't found it. Nobody has found it so far. Nobody has produced it. Not the Wayfarer side, not the Lively side. And so I don't know. I couldn't tell you for sure. It's just a lot of people were speculating that early on when this whole thing started. Yeah. When this whole thing started, a lot of people were citing that morality clause, saying she's claiming SH so she could get the rights from underneath him. But I don't know. But even when they asked him on the carpet, before we even knew there was like something to do with the law, before we even knew anything, he said on the carpet, he's like, oh, there's a second movie. I think Blake is ready. That's the funny thing. I think he would have willingly let that go. But we do know that at some point, Ryan Reynolds tried to buy it from him. We do know that. We do know they offered him a certain amount of money for it, and he didn't take it. He probably was like, if you want to direct it or whatever, you can, but I'm still holding on to my rights. Probably. Let's see. But she came later praying that BS is exposed to circumvent the law. Yeah. Only morality clause. What does it say? The only morality clause talked about was for book number 2. Yeah, that's the same one we're talking about. So the point is there is a morality clause. That's what people were saying for book number 2, ergo movie number 2. Which me like if something happened on set 1, book 1, you don't get book 2. But the thing is, he already owns book two. He already owns the right. He bought the thing as a whole. The only thing, like, nobody has been able to prove that morality clause, so we don't know if it's even real. And again, I'm gonna keep saying, reality. Let's say, real Lily Cat. Why did I say reality? Real Lily Cat says she didn't know he had so much evidence. And again, even if she did know he had evidence, I don't think she ever expected for anybody to believe him or stick with him. I think she was banking on the fact that she is married to Deadpool. I think she was banking on the fact that she's Blake and she's married to Ryan, and that was going to be enough. SAG after a morality clause? No, no. The morality clause we're talking about would have been for the movie itself, not for SAG. Yeah, I think 100%. I'll go down. Always believe in this. I think Blake thought she would she would sue. She would make a mess of everything. Not sue even because she never sued before everything started getting messy. She would do the CRD complaint. And again, you guys have to keep in mind the CRD complaint would have been the only body that could have, investigated this. No biases, no sides, nothing, just pure facts, right? And she said, "No, I don't want that. I don't want you to investigate." She just needed the mess. She just needed the storyline. She just needed like the sword to fall on so she could be the martyr. She could be the victim. And then for at least, I know some people were Team Blake for a while. Me, I've never wavered. I've always been Team Justin from the moment everything started. Hi, Shivani. Yeah, she was banking on Taylor. She was banking on her husband. She was banking on herself. And I will also always believe she was really banking on the fans from It Ends With Us following her over to Another Simple Favor and making, like, you know, a name for herself again with the two movies coming out back to back like that. Let's see. Yeah, I've never wavered. Like, as soon as this whole thing started, even when like the rumblings during the press tour, there was rumblings that Justin is not doing press with them. They're not following Justin. I was like, something is not making sense here, and it's not him. It's her. Somebody said, Hail Poppy. Hail Poppy said, Gossip Girl nostalgia, Deadpool power, and Taylor's friendship isn't going to save her. No, it's not. No, it's not. I just realized I haven't heard Colleen Hoover's name in months. Somebody actually sent me a video of Colleen recently, maybe just a couple days ago, where she was wearing this like Starbucks apron, like on her Instagram feed, being like wild again. And I was like, no, she's just looking for attention. I'm not going to give her any. No, what did Perez talk about yesterday? ScarJo should star in It Starts With Us. I don't think we will ever see It Starts With Us. I don't want to see it. Do you guys want to? I don't. I don't care. And I know a lot of people are like, they want to see Justin's version, like the director's cut. I don't want to see that either. I don't care anymore. And if it's released again or whatever, Colleen is still gonna make money from that. Like, I don't care for Colleen to make another dollar of this movie, of this book. And I really don't care to see it. And I want people to remember, like, as much as we got Blake's cut and everything, there is even if we saw Justin's cut, it's not gonna be like a completely different movie. Like, the scenes are the scenes, right? They filmed what they filmed. Maybe we get a different angle. Maybe we get a different score. Like, at certain points, there's different music. Maybe we get different, like a filter over a scene or something. Maybe but I want people to understand, even if there was like a director's cut, a Justin's cut, it's not going to be like you are watching a completely different movie, unless there really is a completely different movie we didn't get to see. But you guys have to remember, if you read the timeline of relevant events, when they tried to do the focus group, when they did the focus group with Blake's version and it didn't score very well, the studio, Sony actually made the editors and stuff put some of Justin's edits in Blake's edits to make it better, right? So as much as this is not Justin's cut, and I'm sure even in the messages, there's a part of the text messages he tells one of the editors, at some point when this is all said and done, I really want to release, the one he worked on with his editors. But I want to reiterate, I do not think it's going to be like a completely different movie. I think you're going to see the same movie, just a few nicks and knacks. Oh, this is a little different from the first one, which could make it better. But I don't know that we're going to go from like a 60% better to, oh my God, it's 100 now. I think it would be good. It would be better, but I don't know that it's going to be life-changing. But it's ruined. I don't care anymore. I don't want to see it. If it's released, great. What I really would love, though, is if Wayfarer Studios would be petty enough when this is all said and done and make a movie about this. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Wayfarer Studios made a movie about the lawsuit for everything that happened from the press tour, the lawsuits, like all the TikTokers and YouTubers and mommy sleuths and daddy sleuths and Candace and Billy Bush. Billy Bush hopped on this, and like that's become his world now. But can you imagine if like they Wayfarer made a video about that, like a movie about that? I would love that. I would star in that, please, for free. And then I was watching the Karen Reed trial, and then I went on Instagram and I saw Alan Jackson making dinner, and I was like, wait, the timing is so perfect right now. What if we could get like a limited series, but it's like everything Wayfarer and everything Karen Reed in one show, right? Because a lot of people are following both shows. What if we could get a show or a movie where parts of the scenes is following Alan Jackson and Yannetti and Alessi and Little and Karen, and then part of it is following Justin and Brian Friedman. Like, that would be amazing. If we could get like a limited series with the two sides, that would be chef's kiss. Yeah, I think that would be great. Okay, so somebody said, yeah, Alan Jackson is the man. That's Car's daddy. For sure. Alan Jackson is great. I think he's a great lawyer too. Yeah, I think they're great. So somebody earlier was like, tell you guys about the residents. Because me and Mr. Elsrich have to go in like 15, 20 minutes. So I'm going to tell you guys about the residents. And then I'm going to have a video I drop for you guys maybe later tonight. But I do have something I'm working on. I'm not teasing you guys, something I'm really working on. It does involve Taylor. It does involve Blake. And it does involve another superstar. I'm going to let you guess who it is. Said superstar is on tour right now. And I'm going to drop that video maybe Sunday, depending on if I can finish working on it soon, or Monday. But I want to reiterate again, I always told you guys Taylor Swift was going to be the reason Blake Lively lost this case. Don't ever forget I'm the one that told you that first. Is Selena Gomez on tour? I don't know. Is she on tour? I don't know. What is going on? Everybody is saying Perez. What happened with Perez? Okay. Leslie is dying. So the residents. I started, and I told you guys I'd finish it in one day. I lied. Like, I've been so tired. I can't sleep. Then I can sleep. Then it's like I can't keep up with shows. And then if you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm watching basketball and hockey playoffs right now. So I've been busy with sports. So I think it's great. I am watching The Residents. I think it's good. I think it's a good show. You guys should have just told me it was like a murder mystery, like it was like a whodunit. I would have appreciated you guys letting me know that, because I went in thinking I was about to watch like an FBI type of detective show where like every episode was like new. But I'm on episode 6, if I'm not mistaken. There's 8 episodes, right? I'm on episode 6. I'm going to finish it today. I'm on episode 6, and we're still in The Residence. We've left The Residence and come back in and everything like that. But is the same. We're still trying to solve the same crime. I don't know how you do a season two for that, unless a season two you're now focused on like another murder. No, I've seen How to Get Away with Murder. Mildly Mercurial. I've seen How to Get Away with Murder. I watched it while it was happening with Scandal, so I'm done. Yes, you guys didn't fail me on that. Am I watching the new season of Criminal Minds? I don't think I want to. I'm not a big fan of reboots. I don't like when people do that. Like let things lie. I wish you hadn't canceled the show, but don't come back later and try to give me a reboot because how good is that? Hi, July baby. How good is that? Um, I oh okay. Oh, so in the end, it ends up being tied together, Leslie. So no season two is needed. Okay. I don't appreciate reboots as much as other people do. Parasite Baldoni likes the judge. Okay. Yeah, I think people should just leave things as it is. If you want to make a new show, kind of do that. What show I think they failed though was Suits because I know they try to like not reboot Suits exactly. They try to make a new show, but I think they failed. I haven't. You guys have been telling me to watch Yellow Jackets. I think I'm gonna do that. And you guys told me to pay more attention and finish The Pit. So when I finish The Residents today, I think I'm gonna take The Pit seriously, and then I'm gonna do Yellow Jackets. Mm. Okay. Is there anything that we didn't cover? And then I'm gonna drop the video for you guys later tonight. And then the so I saw you guys guessing Sabrina or Selena. It's not Sabrina or Selena. I don't think anybody guessed who I was talking about. So that's not the star that's on tour right now. Yeah, I don't think you guys guessed it. If you did, I would tell you you got it right. But Yellow Jackets is weird. I watched Will Trent already. And Gina Rodriguez is actually on Will Trent. Oh, somebody said Beyonce. Maybe. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. It could be Beyonce. Katy Perry. Mm-mm. It could be B. It could be B. Let me see. Okay, so you guys, I owe you a finish of The Residents. Gina left Will. Attention. Wait, Gina left Will Trent? She just got on Will Trent like this season. I haven't watched the season she's on. So Gina's no longer on Will Trent? Okay. She just got there though. No, Rihanna's not on tour. No, it's not Rihanna. The investigation thing, I explained it the last time, but I guess a lot of you were not here for that. So Blake she would raise these SH complaints, right? But she never wanted them to investigate. So like she would say, "Oh, this is happening, that is happening." But instead of there being an investigation, she would use it to get something. She would be like, "Oh, I want to edit. I want to write a script. I want to take care of wardrobe. I want to do this, I want to do that." She never allowed an investigation to happen. She just used the SH claims to get things. They can they canceled The Pit. I don't know. I haven't watched The Pit yet. Oh, she was only on Will Trent for a few episodes. Okay. Yeah, she only used the SH stuff as leverage. I don't want people to forget that. So she would raise the complaints. That's what those lists and everything was about. So she would say, "Oh, I need this and this before I return to work." And Wayfair would say, "Sure, because we already have these things. If you need us to sign it so you come back to work, that's not a problem." Do you guys get what I mean? So it was never like Wayfair was like hiding anything. They just was like, "Okay, if you need us to say we will not do this and that, we already not doing that. Fine. So we will sign off." Did you see what did Leslie say? Did you see Candace talk about the filing, about them filing a subpoena after the fact that they had already taken the phone? Yes, yes, that was the subpoena to cover up the taking of the phone. And Candace did talk about the fact that she thinks it's Taylor Swift's father, which I want to say a lot of people had been telling me that. So I know Candace did her live where she said, and I made a video about that also, where she says, yeah, yeah. But I wanna a lot of people were telling me that it was on my DMs were full of people saying I think it was Taylor's dad. But I don't tell you guys stuff that I don't have proof of, or at least like it's not my own idea or opinion. Somebody was messaging me that with no evidence, and I was like, okay, great, but I'm not gonna report on that because I don't know if it's facts. Yeah, it wasn't news. It wasn't news. I just didn't want to be the one to come out and say Taylor's father was the one who snitched. Let me see. It means that they can easily file things to hide other stuff. Just a bunch of, yeah, for sure. Elsie, have you watched When Life Gives You Tangerines? No. Is that a movie or a show? Did you, wasn't it Worded Strangely by Brian Freeman and Not Really Alive per se? Did you hear In France with Mandy? Drop the source text. Wording from Blake. Who is In France with Mandy? I don't know what that means. Is that a movie or a show? I don't know why I thought is that a movie or a show. Who is in France? What does that mean? And you guys know what In France with Mandy means? Dropped a source text wording from Blake. She said share. I do not know what that means. It's a Korean show. Oh, the tangerine thing. Okay. But if you did, you wouldn't have said a source told me. That's the difference. Yeah, I exactly. I didn't want to bring up the dad thing. I didn't know enough about it, and I didn't want to be like a source told me because it's like I don't know even the sources. It's like random people on Instagram with no face, no name, and some with a face and a name, but I don't know who they are enough to come and say anything about that. All right, you guys. Oh, so I want to say, I don't want to give it away, but somebody did guess correctly who is on tour that my video is going to kind of be about, not be about, but they're part of my video that I'm going to drop for you guys on Sunday, I think. Greetings from the Dominican Republic. Thank you for liking my reels. I appreciate you. You guys, we're almost at 18K. So how about that? In frame. Oh, Stacy says In Frame with Mandy is another creator. I don't know. So what did she do? What did she say? You guys, I'm literally like a grandma when it comes to I don't consume contents like that. It's so funny you would think I do. But if I'm not talking to you guys or making videos for you guys, I'm just like I'm an 80-year-old. It's not even funny. Thank you, Christina. Oh, she's on YouTube. Thank you, Leslie. I appreciate it. Thank you, Laura. Wait, you guys are saying the Mandy lady is a creator here? Okay, I'll check her out. So she said something about text messages. Mandy's covering this case too. Okay. I'm not even joking. Okay, at 6:52 timestamp in her video. Okay, I'll go look. I'll go look her up and see. Oh, okay. So she just started maybe making the content? I don't know. Can somebody let me know what the text says? I don't. Christina, stop. Oh my god. It's not even no funny. It's not funny, you guys. I'm not joking with you. Like once I learned how to go live and stuff, it was like victory. But once I turned this off and I go on my phone or whatever, I'm like a regular grandma. I have no idea what to do with my phone. Mama needs glasses. So it's not. Oh, you want another clue about the person on tour? Leslie. Okay, I'm gonna give you a clue. You get it? Let me know if you got it. Let's just say the person is on tour. Not Dochi. Dochi's on tour? No. Hi, Eliza. It's Zach? No, not Zach. Laura, that's Zach. No. Kendrick? No. I'm literally giving you guys the biggest clue right now, and nobody can see. I think Bohemian Diva is primarily on TikTok. She does have a YouTube, but I don't know. Better be better. I think you're saying be better. Okay, you guys, this is your last clue. It's on the screen. If you don't get it after now, I don't know what to do. No, it's not Gaga, Rose. The clue is on the screen. Bonita, are you messing with me? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Yep. Yep. I'm not spitting it out. You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to come back on Sunday. And if I forget to post it on Sunday, somebody message me and be like, girl, where's the video? Because I probably will forget. Where am I going to be with Zach? I don't know what that means. Queen B as in Beyonce. Is there another one? Leslie, yes. No. Oh, with Mr. Elswich. No, we're going to work. We have to go to work. We have to go do something at work really quickly. No, I'm not going on tour with Zach. Somebody said I'm going on tour with Zach. Who said I was going on tour with Zach? Oh, on Sunday. I'm dropping the video on Sunday. The video that I say is about Taylor, Blake, and then another star. And everybody's guessing that other star is Beyonce. Oh, you guys are saying I should go be a special guest for Zach when he's on tour. Okay, I understand now. I don't know. He hasn't asked me to, and I don't know about timing. You'd be at the Dallas show if I go to be on with Zach. I don't know. I will find out what Mr. Elsrich's work schedule is and if it will work with me being away. But he hasn't asked me anyway, so I don't know. Yes, but we have to go to work. I told him I'll be ready to go at 5 and it's 4:55, so it's looking like I'm on time for the first time. Oh, I'm gonna tell you guys on Sunday. Hi, sweetness. Yes, I'm gonna tell you guys on Sunday. You guys give me 1 second. Hello? Yes. Yes, we're on our way. Thank you. Bye. I told you guys we had to go. The person that we need that is at the work waiting for us just called. Okay, what's my side hustle? I can't tell you that. I have multiple side hustles. Funny enough, this is the side hustle. This is the side hustle. I don't know what Zach does on tour. I think his show just he does it live. You guys say you want more guesses. If I'm gonna give you more guesses, I might as well just tell you what it is. No, I'm gonna do a whole video with like evidence. You know I like my evidence. Why do I feel like you're my friend and we're just on FaceTime? That's what this is, Priya. That's what this is. Which is why a lot of people don't love the lives because they come for tea and they're like, why are we just talking? Exactly. I gotta pay my bills. Can you pay my telephone bills? Can you pay my automobile? I just have a feeling my husband is behind this door waiting for me like this. Babe, are you waiting for me like that? He didn't say anything. He's probably waiting with like the car key in his hand. No, not yet, Patricia. But I thank all of you for coming. And I know this wasn't like a tea breaking live, but I needed to get back in my groove of lives. Because, babe, hello? He's pretending he can't hear me now. Everyone says hi, Mr. Elsrich. Hold on, let's call him. I know he's behind the door, but let's call him. Let's see if you say hi. If you guys can hear him on the phone. Hello? Huh?
You have 2 minutes, bro.
He said I have 2 minutes. Everyone, he hung up. You're supposed to say hi. Well, let's call him back. He says you have 2 minutes. People are saying hi. You can't be rude. You have to say hi back.
Hi.
That was rude. Say it nicely.
Hi, guys. We have to go.
Are you lying down?
I was sleeping a little bit.
This man took a nap, guys. He was taking a nap. That's why he wasn't responding. Okay.
Let's go, bro.
We do have 2 minutes. Actually, 1 minute. So I'm going to go. I appreciate all of you for hanging out with me. And if you guys do want me to, we'll do the lives after Donna. And we'll chat. But I do have that video for you on Sunday. If I forget, just message me like, girl, post the video. Okay. I really have to go. He's banging on the door. I'm coming. You can hear me saying goodbye. Bye, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Kinney. Thanks, Leslie. Thanks, everybody. I cannot say everybody's name, but I appreciate all of you. God bless you for being here. Have a great, safe weekend. Happy Memorial Day weekend. If you celebrate, do what you do. Eat your burgers and your hot dogs and drink your ice cold beers. And I love you all. God bless you. And I'll see you all again. Thanks. Bye. Oh, let's get to 18K. Bye.